Join us for our 10th anniversary celebration during our 2025 Sedona Ascension Retreat. Visit SedonaAscensionRetreats.com.
I realized that what I needed to do was go up and leave a piece of myself up there and then come back down and be in my body. And once I did that, it was like I created a tunnel, like a tube between me and them, and then words would come through. And I started figuring out that I started out first, I would just write the words. And if I didn't write a word down, the word would stick in the tube, literally like it was constipated. It would just be up there. And they would wait. You know, I call it the patience of the eternal. They didn't care if it took me another 3 months to write that word down. They were going to hold it there until I did. So I turned, the whole thing was, like, this whole journey of becoming a trans channel has been about learning to release and allow, release and allow. And I come from being, all of us have our wounds. We are either wounded, what we think is being more to our masculine energy or more to our feminine energy. I was more wounds on the masculine side, and it's been a journey back away from control into release, into allowing. And so through this process of learning to channel, like at one point, I hadn't been doing it very long. And they had conditioned my vocal cords. They had come in and they told me they were going to be working my vocal cords for several months. And for 3 months, I could barely speak. And they were conditioning me to transmit frequency. But it was hard for me to hold the energy. When they first came in, it was like putting a helmet on. And the helmet would come over my head, come down to about here, and it squoze. My head is painful. It was physically painful to channel them in the beginning. Squeezing, as if you've ever been at the bottom of a really deep pool, or down, if you've ever done diving and you go down and you feel the pressure in your ears and in your body, that's what it would feel like. And so it was exhausting doing it in the beginning. And I gradually built up my capacity and built up my frequency. They were working on me the whole time, trying to get me able to communicate with them. So then they said, guess what? You are going to transmit these frequencies. There's going to be these 9 angelic frequencies, and you're going to transmit these. And each one you have to transmit it for 90 minutes, which was like running a marathon. I thought, there's no way I could do that. And they said, yeah, and people are going to come from all over the world, and you're going to transmit them. I was like, how? Like, I was like an individual healer working one-on-one. I'm like, how? And then it happened. I literally put it out there, and all these people showed up. And I have the recordings now. When you hear the recordings of the first one, you can hear my voice shaking. You can hear how I'm like it was hard, really hard. I did one a month for 9. By like the 4th or 5th, I was humming. I thought, we're doing this. Like, I got good at it. And they stretched me and they pushed me. But to that first one, imagine coming from my corporate background where I would show up, I would have an agenda, I would know exactly what I was going to say, and they were like, no, you are going to show up for 90 minutes to a group of a ton of people and have no idea what you're going to say. How about that? It pushed me out of my comfort zone, and they do this over and over and over, and this has been my journey. It has been release and allow. Figure out where you put your anchors in. Where is it that you say, okay, this is my space, and I'm going to stay in my space. As soon as I get comfortable, they say, great, you've got good at that. Now stop doing it. So I got good as a healer, and they said, great, no more private sessions, no more. And I was like, but that's how I earn my living. They're like, yeah, we know. Stop. And they wouldn't tell me what was next, and I had to jump off the cliff. And this has been every 2 years. For some reason, I ended up having to move, jump off the cliff. Doesn't matter if I just built my dream home. Sell it. You're moving off the cliff. There you go. Over and over and over again. Literally, it's like a 2-year cycle. I have to stop whatever I'm doing to earn my living. Stop. You're doing something new. Okay, wherever you're living, everything. Every 2 years. Here you go. Jump off the cliff. And it has been learning to ride the wave of creation, learning to let go of my old way of working in reality and move into a new way of constructing a reality through this process of letting energy and life flow through me without defining what it will be and being willing to let it evolve. And this has come from a place where this was not my natural state of being, right? This has been an evolution, and I have struggled. I have struggled with this. So now I channel angels. I am so secure in myself and my identity that I will walk into any accountant's office and say, I channel angels. And I have done that, and I was proud of myself. So yeah, not just among our friends, but even among those who are like, what the heck are you? So let's do it. So let's bring in the angels, if you guys are ready. And what I would say as we do this, is, so feel free, we'll do a little grounding exercise because they always are bringing in energies. So go ahead, and then I'll lead us through it. Then I'm going to bring them through. It's great if you can keep your spine straight, if you can, because there usually is a little healing that happens. Sometimes it's information, sometimes it's healing, I don't know. If they raise our frequency, which they frequently do, you may feel slightly nauseous or dizzy. If that happens, release and allow, and it will last about 90 seconds. And that is just the process of them moving us up into a space where it's easier for them to work with our energy. You may feel the angels, so please be open to that. And what it may feel like is it can be heat or a brush of strange coldness in your body. It can be tingling in your extremities or in the body. It can be strange pressure points or pressures. If you're highly clairvoyant, you may see them. You may see orbs. You may see light. You may feel, I sometimes see them as almost like a part, like a feather comes down or a wing over my face. So just be open. And please feel free to set an intention, because when I bring them through, they all come. They'll be the ones that speak, but then there's your angels who are going to be activated and working with you while this portal is open. So set your own intentions. Those of you who are crystal healers, you can ask them to charge a crystal. I've had people have crystals vibrating during the session while they're through. So set your intentions for what you would choose to have them focus on, knowing that they are attuned to what's for your highest and best. So they will not override what is intended for your life journey. So you may say, please heal this thing in me, and they'll be like, we can't because you still need it. So know that they will keep that in mind. So we set an intention, and then we allow it to be what it will be. Sound good? Everybody on board? All right, let's do it. All right, and I just do this because sometimes it's nice to have the transcript, because you will find it's like they direct our awareness to what we need to hear in the moment, but it may change over time. And you may find in the transcript, if you go back to it, there'll be a lot that you might have missed. So it's fun to have it. Go ahead and get settled, get comfortable. Is the mic okay? Okay, great. All right, drop down from your tailbone, a nice thick root that goes down through the floor and down into the ground. And follow it down with your mind as it grows and extends, growing deeper and deeper into the earth. Following it down where it's dark and cool. Extending longer and longer. Follow it all the way down to the very, very center of the earth. And when it reaches that center point, feel the root sprout and anchor itself in. And as it does, notice that the root is pulling gently and becoming taut. And feel as that tautness moves all the way up the root. And all the way up your spine, anchoring you securely to the earth. I'd like to ask the angels to please help me be a clear channel of healing and information for this gathering today for our highest and best good. And please help us to receive this healing and information. Thank you. Blessed beings, we are together once more, as we always have been, for we encounter your souls deeply, and we are never apart. We are an essence, a fragrance, a way of life. We are a figurative emotion that bears speaking. We are angelic. We are in union with one another and ourselves. We guide ourselves into fruition through the unfolding of our own thoughts, through the celebration of our own selves. However, we are not like yourselves. We are different. We are beings of one mind and many trines of acceptance. We move through the universal layer of thought and thinking, and we surround yourselves always. We are loving kindness. We are the light of the divine. We are the essence of the divine energy. You are the spark of the divine. You are the divinity as is formed within the creative. You have the power within your own hearts to form and model a world through what is within your own hearts. We have not this same talent, this same offering. We are the consciousness, the arrival of divine spirit. We shine our light upon your wishes. We bring energy into what you would fruit. We allow your thoughts to become physical. We aid and guide you through the process of your own creating. We are partners. We are and have always been molded into the desire to be with yourselves, for you are the spark that we admire. We are with you in always, in every way. We surround you now. We bring our hearts, our arms to bear witness, for we are here, we are many. We are fluent in the language of your own senses, and may draw to you now an appreciation of how we stand nearby, we touch, we caress, a placement of one finger upon your forehead, in the center, pressure, light, and effervescent tingling. Bring this down into the body. Allow, for we are here. We are ever more everlasting light as you are. We would sing to you of your own expression. We would draw this from you, a voice to be beheld, loved always. For you are sung, a thought, a fragrance of your own heart. It brings to mind what can be the cosmic understanding of all worlds. They live within you. And we bring this to bear upon the consciousness of yourselves, of one another. We draw from you like strings of pearls what you would express, so that others may encapsulate your own knowingness within their own souls and hold this as a reflection into the gateway of your own transformation. We are here, we surround you now. We bring our arms to bear. We bring our arms to surround you now. Embrace, embrace, you are held. And we draw you to us, to the center of our very beingness, and lift you with gentle guidance. Breathe, for we will rise as one in unity, rising, 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 lifting. Breathe, for you are encountering resistance. Breathe not against the shell of what you have known, but simply reach, 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 and rest, for you rise, you rise. From within our own hearts, we guide you upward to our own consciousness. You may come into a placement of your own essence, where you are released from what has plagued you, where you are freed from thought, from fear, from all that worries you, from what is now pressure upon your very person hearts alive. We speak to you, we rise again and again. Breathe, rising, breathe as we lift you up higher now, and essence fills your crown, and understanding comes, an understanding of your own essence. And we intertwine within a column of light that fills you. We are intermixed and interwoven with who you are. We draw this down and through the crown and into the very center of your beingness. And within this space we radiate acceptance, accepting, accepting, Allow the self. Allow the self to feel your shoulders coming down your ears. Relax your neck. Tension drains, releasing down and through the spinal column as you feel acceptance opening across the chest, shoulders back. Feel your hearts as they widen. Light comes in, we are there, we are soft, we are easy, we are with you always, you need not fear us. Our essence has always been the guardian of that spark that you carry. We are the filaments of light that illuminate your universe. Breathe with us as we carry in energies of acceptance. Breathe with us. Allow your bodies now to feel a radiating warmth that begins from within the chakra of love and loving energy. Allow this. This is us. We feel your own guarding. We feel your own fear of what is light. What am I? Am I worthy? Am I worthy of this loving energy that presses on me like a weight against my own spine, against my ribs? It is hot. It is heavy. Breathing now as you release and open yourself into a field of light. It calms like peace. It comes around and bathes you into a spaciousness where only your own self is allowed peace and separation from all things. You are unveiling yourself into a world of self-acknowledgement. You are opening your capacity for sound, for knowledge of who you are. The vibration of your light fills the space that you are in. You are isolated and among only us and yourself. And your guardianship, your protections, your fears have no place here. Your powerful vibration rises up from within your hips, rising up now to be acknowledged like a kiss, wishing to be seen, your light, your ability to be felt by others, your willingness to be seen, your willingness to be held by us, by all, to be held, wishing for acceptance. Accept me. I hold in my own body the fear that others will not like me. I fear that I am lost to my own self. I fear I will not be found in time for what will evolve. I fear that I am within a placement of soul that is so alone, so lost to myself, that I cannot be found again. There is hope. There is hope. We weave within the spirit of who you are. We take these thoughts back to your wholeness. We bring you into a sensation of loving acceptance. Breathe, opening your soul. Comes, your soul seeks love. Seeks love. Love me. Do not see me. Love me. Do not see me. Love me. But I reject. I will not be found. I wish for love. I wish to be held again, held once more in the profundity of divine love. And yet I fear it. There is within you the vibration of such contrast, of such antagonism of your own spirit. There is the belief that you are not capable of being worthy. There is the belief that you cannot hold the truth of who you are fully, that you will not evolve in time for your own elevation. Have no fear. Have no fear. Your thoughts are not in freedom. And we bring to you trust and acceptance. We bring to you a vibration permeating the essence of who you are, we bring to you the thought of I am enough. I am always in the vibration of truth. Regardless of what I am experiencing, I am always within the sense of myself as evolving. Breathe and allow peace to come through your crown, drawing down slow and easy blue light coming in, breathing, down, pulsating, vibrating, release, allow, focus now upon a sensation coming in warm and light within the throat chakra. Presentation of your embodiment stems from here. Who am I? How will I be understood? How will all see me? How will I feel about myself as I am seen? How will I trust in this embodiment? How will I cure my wounding? How will I trust, have faith? It is not all your responsibility to know all things. It is not your job to feel on earth as if you can mold your own identity into perfection. It is not attainable in the human condition. You must have weakness. You must have sorrow. You must have the condition of separation to create from. You must begin again and renew yourself into possibility. You must have the understanding of what ails you so that you may propel yourself into a comprehension of self as evolving, as a perceptive being who is in continual relationship to what evolves from within you. In the placement of our light, we come within your hearts. We soften the consequences of all that lingers, which prevents you from feeling our hands upon you now. Softening your heart, widening your throat must reveal your truth. Your spoken tones, your spoken word speaks the volumes of your experience, regardless of how you would intend to disguise what lies within you. Your soul, it speaks in the spiritual form, the rhythm, your heartbeat, the breath, all that you exude is felt, is palpable, is known by those around you. You are revealing yourself in every moment. You can be seen. You can be loved as you are. Perfectionism is an evolving behavior that drives you toward change. And for this we like it. But we would not have you drive yourself into the consequential remission of that which is not perfect. We would have you embrace the understanding that all that you contain must be in a continual shifting dialogue with that which you experience and have experienced. We would bring this back into and through you in the process of renewal. The cadence, the vibration of your body speaks a language that others are feeling. The vibration contains all of your wounding, contains all of your victimization. It holds all of the depth of what is dark within you. Your hardships are spoken aloud in every moment of your life. And yet, your life flows through you. You are endless. You are bountiful. Because you have hardship. Because your light knows its own darkness. because there is the solemnity of suffering. You have the greatness of your spirit. Breathe now, understanding that the volume of what is spoken must come into the vibration of its own capacity and limitations. You must find through the understanding of your own evolution, that you inspire, that you lift, that you breathe your ability to be. There's no harm. There's no harm in your own guardianship. There is no harm in your own safekeeping, other than the sensation that you own, which is that I am separated. It guards you against what it is that you would experience. You are keeping it from yourselves. Thus, as we embrace you, as we come closer, breathing open in the understanding that all that you are is always and has always been seen. There is no need to hide again. Breathe, allow, accept. Healing moves into the body, breathing now. Heart chakra opening, throat chakra opening, breathing. As we release, we amplify who you are. And the starlight of your own essence moves and migrates through your own body, electrifying who you are. Allow your toes to tingle, allow your body to express itself. Opening, deeper, deepening, as we move, intertwining from within you, accepting your inherent perfection with all that is within you. You are revealing yourself to us. You are seen. You have no artifice here. You have no potency that is beyond our understanding. All that you fear within yourself resides within these arms of acceptance. All that you would create yourself against cannot be remedied without integration into the perfection of your own unity. Breathe now as we call to you the parts of your own alienation. We speak to you. We speak to you, drawing them through time, through ancestry, through the riddles of your own comprehension, through what has been lost to you. We call them. Bring them within the space of your isolation. Bring them into focus. See what you are, feel what you are, be what you are. All that has occurred in memory and beyond memory exists within the capsule we create around you. And you are engulfed in the potency of who you are. It radiates from around you and within you. And within this expanded, expansive state, all that you carry, that is hardship, that is suffering, that is agony, that is separation, slides down your body, lingering, falling, sliding, moving down. And you evolve, and you move from this sacred state. Allow, as the body purges from itself what it would not carry. Bring yourself into wholeness as we guide you to your own reflection and see the truth of your own endowment. Presence. You are held in a unified state of understanding among all beings. You are held within a consciousness that threads its point of origin back into the oneness of all things. One divine spark which you emerged from. And within the state of your own comprehending, you have fractured your own light into many particles, each one containing within it a reflection of the whole. Thus, your pathway to unity is to travel backwards through time, through beingness, through what you are. You are the trail of light. You are the transfer of energy across time as you understand it. You are the fragrance of an experience that you are having. And all of these combine within the body as a haven for experiencing what you are. All of these come into fold in a moment in time, pressurized in form, so that you may feel what you are. And the experience that you are having combines itself into the unified thought of all beings, so that others may trace themselves to you, so that others may find their own internal harmony through the guardianship of your soul. Your soul is in unity with all things. We bridge this moment in time to deliver the understanding of your consciousness as it shall travel forward, for all things shall not be met similarly. In the new instantiation of what shall evolve, your beingness will not be the same. You will no longer carry the vibration of disharmony as you do now. You will no longer carry the woundedness in the same capacity that you do now. Your suffering will not be felt in the same way. And we harbor these truths within an understanding of all time as one moment. We see all things as they evolve from all potentials. We are a unity consciousness that exists outside of time. And we see yourselves as you become in the moment of your acceptance of this unity. And it is coming soon. It comes upon you in a moment. It comes upon you as if you are released from a thought and see yourself finally in a mirror and recognize you were always there, never lost to yourself, never found in the depths of the darkness that you would excavate and make meaning from, found in the unity of all that you carry. We breathe to you an understanding of what shall come. We breathe to you in the body a sensation of your own selves aligned into a life that will carry you into a higher state of consciousness, so that you may evolve differently, so that you may come to terms with a way and state of beingness which does not carry you through your wounding in the way that it has done. It will draw you into relationship with one another as aspects of the same beingness, so that you may feel and be seen. Truly, the depth of who you are is preparing to show itself to one another. Trust, have faith, lay down your protections, become and reveal yourself into the truth of oneness, understanding you cannot hide behind your own protections. You cannot shame yourself into hiding and achieve unity. You must build the reflex of self-love. You must build the awareness of being seen. You must lay down your capacity to reject yourself. Bring to your heart now, bring to your heart now your fear of being, your fear of being unloved, the sensation that I am not worthy. And we hold this in our own hands as if it were precious. Your sensation of I am unworthy. Bring this to be. Allow this to be revealed before all who see you. Angels upon angels upon angels are your witness. To perceive at length, in the duration of all eternity, your belief. To be revealed, your deepest fear, your deepest wounding. And we caress, and we love you. And we take this harmful spot. We take this weight of your own endurance, and we draw this to our own selves. We bring this to our own consciousness. We carry this into our own bodies. We bring this into our own harmony. We make this ours to reveal. We become that part of you which you fear to be seen. We love you so deeply. We create what you fear within our own selves. Observe us as we are light. Observe us as we are bountiful, as we are in love with our own existence, and perceive that we may have every capacity to berate, to denigrate, to suppress, to antagonize, and to hold these capacities as you have done, and to make them our own as a gesture of loving acceptance of all that is within you. We carry your hearts and the wisdom they contain, and we breathe to you into your state of being. You are loved and loving energy. Bring your minds to peace. Allow the light to flow upon your crown, opening like comes golden, thick, and flowing over your face, your eyes, your ears, your nose. Breathe your chin, your throat. Inhale deeply. And sense as we are within the consciousness of who you are, we thread, we weave, we bestow upon you an expression of who you are as celebration of your spirit. There is no moment, there is no truth, there is no perception of your ability that is held without love. Be with you. We create for you an understanding of the truth of where you are going. There is in these perceptual times a formation of many energies that shall encompass this earth and draw from it a consciousness that evolves from within your own selves. It bridges between where you have been and where you are going. And it will draw through you up and into a new state of awareness. And when this time comes, should you choose it, should you celebrate the essence of who you are, should you hold your own heart in friendship, you shall lean into your new capacity. Should you live in friendship with your own being, you will embrace a life of richness, of causality, of friendship with earth. A new state of awareness beckons to you. It is coming. It is coming. It is coming. And the vibration of your heart, raising, even now, as it is spoken into presence. It shall create what shall evolve. It comes through you. You shall create the new times that are forming. You shall dictate what shall become. It does not exist except by what you harbor within. Therefore, become aware, dears. Become aware of self. Love what is. Share your capacity for growth, for beingness. Allow yourself to be seen. Reveal yourselves to one another. Share in your capacity for what is vulnerable and transparent. Become open to the friendship and harmonies that exist within you. As you evolve in your own capacity for self-expression of what you are, integration happens. And the clarity of your mind, of your spirit, comes into form. And the new vibration shall evolve from within you. We speak to this on purpose. For this state of consciousness is arriving, it is coming, and it rises from within you, and your frequency will evolve. And the tenderest of times that push against you, the fluidity of these moments of transgression, of anger, of antagonism, they are but the circumstances through which change will come. Thus, embrace what you are. Embrace how you suffer. Allow the body to feel the richness of this experience and integrate what you are. Beingness shall come from within you. Breathing now. Rest. As light calms your bodies. Breathing, allow the bodies to move into presence with what you are. Hands and feet resting upon the earth. You are grounded. You are released back into the consciousness of now, grounded within the thought of this instant. And we release. We bless you. We thank you. We say goodbye. This continued to record. Oh, it did. Oh, except it didn't record very well. Well, it was a bonus anyways. Yeah. Let me turn it on. So, how's everybody doing? How do you guys feel? Yeah? Good? Wow. Awesome. So who had a physical experience of angels? Who could feel them? Yeah? Chris has been with me for a long time. She knows. Yeah. It's fantastic. And I know it's different for everyone, how it comes in and how you experience it. The energies, and as I come out of it, I'm a little bit spacey, because as many channels you hear, as many of you who do channel, I kind of go, when they come in, I'm sort of there, but it's like being all the way in my right brain. If you've ever been into painting or drawing or anything where you're working with something and you just totally get involved, it's like I'm over there, and I can't really process words that well, but they show me images. So I usually like to talk about what I saw and how I experienced a session, in case some of you, because some people, as soon as they come through, will immediately fall asleep. And if that happened to you, don't worry. That's just your way of processing the energy in that moment, and it's totally okay. You still receive the healing that they gave, even if you were sound asleep. So know that that's perfectly all right. So, and some people, it's really funny. Like on a retreat, there's this one woman that would come, and every single time, the minute the angels came through, she would conk out every single time. Didn't matter like how well rested she was, and then she would wake up sobbing and have no idea why. It was awesome. But so in other words, there's no wrong way to receive them. But they started coming in, and I noticed, by the way, I should mention it, that I noticed when I ground here, it's just my first time being in Sedona, and grounding here is really different. That my grounding route does not go down the same way here. I find that I have to follow it down, and it comes down like it doesn't go down like this strong route, it comes down like, and I have to just kind of let it go, almost like liquid. And then I have to bring up like earth energy in order for it to become strong again. And it's very interesting. I think of this area, it all sounds weird, but it's like an erogenous zone of the earth, is what Sedona feels like to me. And when I visualize it, that's what I see. But, so it's kind of unusual, but so there's an energy dropping down immediately from the get-go. I was like, I wonder what's going to happen today. But they brought in beautiful energies, and it was a beautiful healing session. They were working all about this. It was all about self-acceptance, and it was super important to put in the context of where we're going. And I can remember pieces that they were showing me, and I know that they brought you guys all up into this space they call peace, which is where there's an absence of everything else, and it's a place where it's like you're able to set down everything that distracts you from who you really are. It's everything outside of yourself kind of falls away when you're in this space. And it's easier for them to work with you in that space. And it's their natural frequency. So they bring us into that space. And they were trying to show us that here we are trying to move into unity consciousness. But we can't be in unity if we're protecting ourselves. If there's parts of ourselves that we're afraid to show to one another. Because if you think about what unity is and where we're headed into a state of literally telepathic empathy, where when we talk to one another, you're not just going to hear words, you're going to feel their literal experience of being, you're going to feel what it is to be them. And so how can we move into that state if we're like, okay, yeah, I'll be one with you, but just don't look at this, Don't look at this fight, you can see this, but not this, It won't work. We have to be in a state of saying, okay, here I am, ugly spots and all. Here I am, all the things I am most afraid for you to see. My deepest wounds, the places where I was made to feel totally inadequate, where I was made to feel totally unloved, where I was made to feel like I am not okay, like I don't belong, like you shouldn't accept me, all those things, they need to be something that we can be willing to be seen with. And the truth is we all have them. Everybody has them. And we cannot actually be on Earth, we cannot be in a creative context. We can't be creators without them. We have to have that polarity. We have to have the depth of our wounds in order to achieve the greatness of who we are meant to be. It's literally like the way they show it to me is that when we go through our wounding, it's like a slingshot, and they pull us deeper and deeper and deeper into the dark night of the soul. And when we do that, they develop this infinite capacity. It's like stretching out a balloon, making space. And then you release that slingshot, and then you're able to go to a higher state. So you open up the body as you feel the depth of these heavy emotions. It stretches our capacity for love. We process the feelings, and then love, there's more space for love to come in. We become larger. So this is where we are meant to head. We're meant to move into a state of self-acceptance, which I know is so easy to say, and it's not easy to achieve, but into a place where we are willing to be vulnerable with one another, because we cannot achieve unity without that. We cannot get into a state of external harmony until we have internal harmony. And that's where we're meant to go. The angels said very specifically that where we are meant to be is to be galactic citizens. But they say before we can get there, we have to have world peace. How is that possible? It's only possible if we are different. And that difference comes from inside of us. And so that in peace has to come from internal peace. We have to accept ourselves before we accept one another. And as we get to that state, then we achieve world peace. And this is all going to be helped by the great flash of light, which is coming, as the angels say, soon. My guess is like second half of 2026 is my guess. That's not channeled, that is, angels don't do time. But when that comes, that will bring us up a staircase that will raise our frequency up to a heightened state of being. But from that state, we have to choose whether or not we're going to walk through the doorway.
Is that a natural phenomena, or will that be something we kind of help create?
Oh, the flash of light is a natural phenomenon. It will be literally like they call it rainbow starlight, and it's a solar energy. And lots of people have guessed what it could be. Some people think it's Betelgeuse, which is like a supernova star that the light is gradually traveling to Earth. But I know it is solar in nature. It comes from a star. And I know that they said it will be unmistakable. Like there's no chance it's happened already. It will be they say that when they first told me about this, they said it would be the moment we look back on and say that was the moment that everything changed. Yeah, it's going to be huge. And they've given us very specific instructions what we're meant to do when this light comes. That they say that they basically want you to close the shades, close the blinds, get quiet internally, and go inside. And we are literally going to go to almost a cocoon state. And they say we'll be at literally where it's almost like time is stopped. And from within that state, there's a metamorphosis that happens from the inside out. That this is the first time in human history that we have been born with two aspects of our soul inside of us. And the secondary aspect is dormant, and it is that higher state consciousness. So it's the same personality, but with two aspects. We have this lower density state, and we have a higher density state. We're currently living from the high density state, from that low density state. When the flash of light comes, this internal birth happens, which rises up from inside of us and carries us into this. So it'll literally be almost like you go for, and I had a dream about this just the other night, and they've been talking about it with me for years, but in the dream, I was in today's world, and in the dream I was thinking about trying to get something. I was trying to solve something in the dream, and as I was trying to solve it, I was thinking about all the limitations. I was thinking about, well, if I go this way, I have to solve for this problem. If I go this way, I have to solve for this problem. Total 3D consciousness, right? And then all of a sudden, I had first an emotion that came in of opening, and then I had an awareness that came in that was like, oh my gosh, look over here. And I had to kind of stretch myself, almost like cell mitosis. And then all of a sudden, I was in this higher state of consciousness. And from within that state, there was no paperwork. It was, yeah, seriously. Like it was a sense of total possibility and freedom. And that is the potential. That is what we're moving to. And it's incredible. And the way when we get there, we activate a higher state, a sixth sense, which they say we will still have all of our five senses, but they pale in comparison to the information that we will get from our sixth sense. It's a little bit like how we rely a whole lot more on our eyes than we do on our sense of smell. Like your sense of smell, you're probably not even aware right now of what you're smelling, but you're super aware of what you're seeing. Because the eyes carry probably 100 times more information than the nose. But our sixth sense will be 1,000 times more information than our eyes.
How long will that internal state and light last?
So what they have said is that in that moment, those of us who have been on the path, who are waiting for this, who are anticipating this, who are ready, and you don't have to be perfect for this to happen. You don't have to be, like all of your karma does not have to be resolved. You don't have to be free of all of your wounding in order to move through the doorway. You just have to be open. You have to be willing. You have to be in a state of, as they say, they want us to lean into the energy of celebration. Is the energy they want us to embody. And they will guide us through it. So there are angels who have physically incarnated. I had a dream where I gave birth to one, where literally she came out of me and she's like, yay, I'm here. It's a crazy dream. There are physical angels, we can't see them, but they are here. And the reason they are here is to help guide us through this cocoon state to the other side. But there will be many, many, many people who do not go through the doorway because they will be freaking out. So it will feel, when it happens, there will be a heaviness in your body that you will feel like all of a sudden your body just feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds and you want to lay down when that happens. Because what's happening is we are separating away from our karma. And the karma will stay behind and you will move up, and we are going to be living, as we move through this doorway, living in a dharmic state of being. We are going to be riding this wave I've been talking about. So, but for those who are in resistance, it's going to be terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Or they may just be, and really the only thing anybody needs to do to not receive the flash of light is to just turn it back on. Because we always have free will. If they say they wish things were the way they were before, they sure wish they still had their fill in the blank, whatever it is. They want things to be the way they were, the way things that they are. Then they will not move into this energy. They won't walk through the doorway. It's not a one and done. They have the rest of their natural lives to move through it. But what will happen is that people will start, because there's going to be such higher states of consciousness on the planet, such an influx of energy, people will start getting activated. And you will have atheists that suddenly see angels. And you will have, yeah, and talk about a massive wake-up call. And so all of you who have been on this path, who have been working to try to embrace these energies, to embrace your spirit, everybody has spiritual gifts. Every single person in this room has at least one, if not many. And if you have one, it's because that one is super powerful. So, and you guys are meant to then help the others across. So there's going to be a torrent, a flood of people who are looking for help, who understand that the world is different and don't know how to change, don't know how to embrace the energies. And so that is why you guys have all come. Like, that is why we are here, is because the world is changing. And there's going to be a huge need for guides of all different shapes and sizes, all different capacities and abilities. But yeah, so it's at the moment, there's going to be many people who make the shift, and then there's going to be a lot of people, way more people who don't. And then, like I said, the rest of their natural life, where they're supported, there's more energy here for them to be able to make that transition. But they will have those awakening moments. They will have that awareness that what they did before doesn't work anymore.
So that light will be the flash of awakening, and then just go with it if it happens. I mean,
Yeah. There's a lot of events coming, and there's going to be some very difficult events in the beginnings. Like, and we're heading right into it. This fall is going to be very, very crunchy. And the angels have given us very specific advice that they really want us to have some cash on hand because the banks will most likely close. So and not a ton, like the banks are closed, if they say payment processing, you won't be able to process payments, which means it's not like you have to worry about paying your rent or paying your mortgage or paying your bills. You just need some cash on hand to pay for groceries and gas and stuff like that. So have just a little cash on hand. Like, if you do everything electronically, if you're like the king or queen of Apple Pay, get some cash and have a little bit. And it's not going to be forever. They said the banks will open again and you will get your money back. But it's going to be a shift into, this is one of the first events. There's going to be serious crunchy times up until this flash of light. And it's the reason for it is, it's like the Phoenix Rising, is all of these systems that hold us in place have to fall apart in order to free up energy so that the new reality can come from it. Energy is constant, right? Energy never dies. It's always constant. So we have to unleash, we have to release what is in order to create enough energy to fuel what's coming. And they said that during these moments of chaos, you don't have to be living in the chaos. And every moment of something that is in destruction, there is at the same moment something new being created. And they say lean into what's being created, focus there. They say if you have a moment of sorrow, and there will be moments of grief and the stuff that comes, bless you. But they said that have your sorrow, let it move through you, and then turn into what is new. Turn into what's moving out of this, and understand all of it is of service, freeing up energy, releasing us from the systems, from the structures that have kept us in this state of consciousness that we exist in today.
You've also said that the ETs might show up at that point, making contact.
Yeah, right. I was never an ET person. I was like that person who like crystals are just rocks and like, you know what I mean? I was like the queen of skeptics until finally, like, you know, I just over and over and over again, they kept showing me that like, no, this stuff is real, and not only is it real, stretch your mind. You know what I mean? There's more. And they finally came to me and started talking about ETs and told me that, yeah, sure enough, pretty much as soon as we achieve world peace, then we get to become galactic citizens, and that our bodies are basically like we are a, what do you want to call it, like a garden for all these different races of beings. And so we are meant to belong to the sort of the greater universe. We're meant to be galactic citizens. And that we have open doors in all these other places because of the fact that our bodies are like the garden of the universe, that our DNA contains seeds from all these other races and species. So pretty awesome. But they said that when we achieve world peace, which happens specifically because of the sixth sense that activates. Think about this, if we have deep emotional, like many of you are very empathic, imagine your empathy turned up significantly, right? Even more so. And then imagine everybody has it, right? And so, yeah, oh my gosh, I know. But So imagine what happens if you can feel another person's feelings as if it were your own. Like you cannot divorce yourself from their experience. Like you know every word that you say, you know the effect it's having on them. You feel, if you said something that hurt their feelings, you know it instantly, right? You know. Imagine what negotiations between countries look like in that context. How can one country hoard the resources when another country is starving if we can feel their pain as if it were our own, right? That war goes away in that context. So even though right now we say world peace, like forget that, it's going to be another 200 years, how can we possibly do it? It's because with this flash of light is coming, we change. Yeah.
This is amazing news.
Yeah, I know, it's so exciting, right? It's so exciting.
Question here.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll probably down the microphone. I'd just like to echo Alan's question regarding the flash of light and the cocoon state
Yes,
where we
yeah.
anchor in our consciousness.
Yeah.
Do they allude to the duration of how long that?
And how long it takes?
Yeah, is it like a 3 days of darkness thing that we've heard so much about before, where we just have to anchor within our consciousness to?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And they've used the term 3 days of darkness, 3 days of quiet, 3 days basically where everything turns off. And they want us during that time to be still, is the idea. And a lot of people have asked, like, what about my children? What about if I'm a caregiver? Or what if, you know, what about my pet? What if my one person keeps posting on my YouTube? What if I have to let my dog out to pee? And I keep saying your dog's gonna be fine, but she just keeps. What about? She's so worried about her dog. It's so funny. But yeah, anyways, I get it. But I keep saying your dog is gonna. And I actually did a whole message about what's gonna happen to the animals to try to put her mind at ease. But she still, what about that pee? I'm like, okay. So, but what was interesting, what they said about animals is that animals are going to go through their own cocoon state, but what changes is that, and this was actually super cool, what changes in them is that they become, like where we right now have sort of a higher cerebral state, animals get that higher cerebral state. They shift as well. And so they become, we can communicate them like by talking to someone. And they say pets are no longer pets in this new state of being that you can have, for example, you can have, so if you have a dog or whatever, your dog, we are not meant to keep them anymore as pets, but you can converse with them and you can be like, I will be your...
Because they're intelligent.
Because they're intelligent. And you can say, okay, don't go over there because there's some bad dogs over there, and then come home at night because it's dark and I will make a bed for you, and you can still give them food and still, they can still be like dogs, but they're like conscious. They're what do you call it? Yeah, they have...
They know what's up, man.
Yeah, exactly. They have and they can tell you. Yeah, no more leashes, no more cages, nothing like that. In the new state, which is amazing, right? Absolutely amazing.
So I was just gonna, so this is the new humanity
Yeah.
coming online.
Yeah.
Here is a question here.
Is the light going to be on for 3 days?
So the light is, so my understanding is it will look like, and so they said, they call it like rainbow starlight, is how they described it. And then after that, I saw some of the aurora borealis, and it is literally rainbows. Like I never knew that
So we will be able to go outside.
Well, they want us, when it happens, they want us to go inside. They want us to go inside, to go quiet, internal, and to just be with yourself. And the idea, I think, behind that is that there's going to be a lot, and when they say that, it's like there's going to be a lot of fear outside, a lot of chaos. And what they don't want you to do is get sucked into that. That's when they say go internal. Is they like shut out the news, shut out the what is happening, what's going on. Because I have a feeling when this light comes, it very possibly could. You know, they said we will be without communication. We will be without they specifically mentioned like telephones and any methods of we won't be able to communicate, but we will have telepathy. So, and I know that very specifically, that you will be able to tune, if you have people, friends, loved ones, connect with them telepathically, and you will be able to know they're all right.
It sounds like a solar flare.
It does, yeah. But it's not from our sun. I don't think it's from our sun. I think it's coming from somewhere else. I don't know. Yeah.
Hi. I'm just curious. I heard you, I think it was you. I heard you channeling about what happens to the states of the United States.
Yes, yeah. So I think that might be coming very, very soon. So when I first got the message about the United States separating, it was like more than 4 years ago. And when I first got it, I was like, that's ridiculous. And now it does not seem so ridiculous. That's the amazing thing, is a lot of the stuff that they told us, many things have already happened, have already come true. But some of the stuff is on the verge of, some of the biggest stuff is on the verge of coming true. So,
Are you talking about the crack?
but also the dissolution of the United States as a cohesive country. So they said it will not be a civil war, it'll be just a
Separation.
basically the states will just say, okay, we're not playing anymore. We're not gonna follow your rules anymore, we're not gonna send you money anymore, we're just kind of seceding.
This
Yeah.
is really a
Thank
new
you so
time.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
are- This is amazing.
Join us for our 10th anniversary celebration during our 2025 Sedona Ascension Retreat. Enjoy on-stage presentations.
All crystallized seed at the center of that orb of light is your physical mind.
Today we'll be talking about religion versus spirituality, because I think there needs to be a clear line drawn between the two to get a better understanding.
This path that we're all on has been well mapped. The science is established, and what we are doing today is recovery.
Because there's going to be such higher states of consciousness on the planet, such an influx of energy, people will start getting activated. And you will have atheists that suddenly see angels.